Alright, I said in my last hunting video, we were duck hunting, and at the very end, if you watched that one, I said that our next purchase will probably be a new side-by-side. And about 2 weeks later, and we got a new side-by-side because we hunt with 6 or more people, and it's just, we actually hunted with it this morning, and it's just so much easier to have this around. And because we tried to just drive out with the truck, almost got it stuck, and then we've driven four-wheelers out before, and there's people hanging off the sides, hanging off the back, and there's no room for decoys or any equipment. This obviously isn't how we loaded it up or anything. This is just me, like, we got home and I unloaded the truck and just put it all here because there's room here, and I just haven't gone through that, but it will all still fit back there eventually. But we kind of debated between the Kawasaki Pro XT or Pro FXT, which is their 6-seater, and the Ranger 900, the Ranger 9 or the Ranger 1000, and the Can-Am Defender HD8 and HD10. And we test drove the Kawasaki, and that thing jumped all around. It was just didn't run good, wasn't very fast. The guys at the dealership were super nice, but we just didn't really like the Kawasaki, and we went straight from there to Polaris. We had kind of scheduled a test drive for each of the vehicles on the same day, so we would kind of get the feel for each one. And we rode the 900 of the Polaris Ranger, and we were really impressed. Just felt super smooth. I loved we all loved the turf mode thing, which they do have that in all 3 vehicles, but it seemed like compared to the Kawasaki, it just seemed better. Seemed like it turned a little bit tighter, even though the Polaris is actually longer. It's about at least another 1.5 feet longer than the Kawasaki. And we really liked that we had more dump space in the back, and this all dumps at once. A sled blind that we needed to move, and we were debating using the winch or just pulling it behind it with our tow strap that we have in the truck, but we ended up running out of time, so we didn't get to do that. And then this is that 2-inch lift in the front, just a bracket there, little, you don't see that, yeah. Got all these shocks down so that it's a lot smoother ride, and oh my gosh, it rides so smooth. Like, honestly, I expected it to be kind of like our four-wheelers where it kind of bounces you around a little bit, and it wasn't like that at all. I loved it. It was just so smooth. Like, I don't even know how to compare it. And honestly, for what we drove through, it's not muddy, like, at all. Like, it's got a little bit there, but that's it. Like, we drove through almost tire deep mud, and honestly, I was pretty impressed with these tires. They have the same rim size as my four-wheeler I have now, which is my Yamaha Grizzly 550. So these are probably going to go on there, and I'll probably sell the other tires because they're just the stock tires and they're pretty worn down. So this was just kind of like the perfect vehicle for us, and yours might be different. You may have Can-Am dealerships close to you, and you may have good reps that know what they're talking about at the Can-Am dealership. And but for me, it just kind of made sense for us to get a Ranger, and we're great friends with all the guys that work at the Polaris dealership in town, and So that's why we chose the Polaris Ranger.